Hi there, so today we're going to be learning about place value with decimals, and also how to order numbers with decimals. So this video links to the worksheet that I've put up, and it explains the three different sections in your worksheet. Now there are three worksheets: a hot one, a spicy one, and a volcanic one. The volcanic one is very, very challenging. So have a look at each of the worksheets and decide which one is best for you. Okay, so we're going to be looking at place value with decimals and ordering decimals and learning about decimal place value. So we always start with our decimal point, okay? And then we've got to think about our place value. So everything to the left of the decimal point we've already learnt. We've got our units, we've got our tens, we've got our hundreds and our thousands and our tens of thousands, okay? And the further up we go, the bigger the numbers are going to get. But if we look the other way, the decimal place itself has its own column, okay? So just like when you're when you're stacking numbers, you would put all the units and all the tens and all the hundreds on top of each other. You do exactly the same with the decimal place. So the decimal place has to have its own column. And then everything to the right of the decimal place is smaller than 1. So we've got tenths and hundredths and thousandths, okay? And tens of thousands. So everything to the right of the decimal place becomes a fraction. So when it comes time to do your worksheet, the first thing you have to do is identify the value of a digit in a number, okay? So say we had 349.25, sorry about that, and the 0.2 is underlined, the 10th column is underlined. If I was working it out, I would write above it, first of all, my decimal place to line it up, and then my units, my tens, my hundreds, my tenths, and my hundredths, okay? And that helps me to identify the value of the underlined number. In this case, it's 2 tenths, okay? Now in section C of the worksheet, it asks you to order numbers that include a decimal place. So imagine we have 32.6 and we're counting up in tenths. So what's going to come next? It would be 32.7 and then 32.8, 32.9. Now, what do you think comes after 32.9? Okay, is it going to be 32.10 or is it going to be 33? Have a think about that for a second. It's going to be 33 because 32.1 would be 32 and 1/10, which is smaller than 32.6 tenths. Okay, so once you get to 32.9, it would move, if you're counting in tenths, it would move up to 33. So just like when you're counting your units, 39 turns into 40, 3.9 would also then turn into 4.0. So can you see how that correlates, how they look the same, okay? So when you first start ordering numbers and decimals, it can seem quite tricky, but the more you do it, the easier it gets.